in order to get him to renounce his faith and belief in God. But Jesus clearly dying for the sins of mankind and staying faithful right until his last breath, and this bringing a deadly blow to the devil's head. Jesus conquering death and the devil on the cross, bringing the devil underfoot, getting a blow to the head, but Satan only allowed to hurt Jesus' feet, and thou shalt bruise his heel. So the devil tried to bring down Jesus, didn't bring down Jesus. Jesus clearly getting a blow to the devil's head. Jesus being the true seed here, the true Messiah. Jesus is the Messiah, the seed that is even talked about in the book of Genesis in chapter 3. So Jesus was prophesied from the very beginning to come and die for the sins of mankind. This is the true seed. If ye be Christ's, the true seed, then are ye Abraham's seed, children of Abraham by faith, as opposed to those that would oppose Jesus. Jesus saying even to the Pharisees, ye are of your father the devil, and his lusts will ye do. They fulfilling prophecy in their evil deeds and acts, in bringing and trying to bring and crucify Jesus Christ and have him wiped out of memory and killed on the cross. They fulfilling prophecy being the devil's, the serpent's seed. So this great war between the devil's children and God's children in the battle royale, ultimately the great seed that was to come is Jesus. And if ye be Christ's, then are ye Abraham's seed. We're also the seed of Abraham by faith. So we're all heirs. If ye be Christ, then are ye heirs of the same promises. This is the seed. Now, it goes on to talk about the seed. And let's just quickly go through Genesis chapter 12. Now, you're going to read of the seed in all of these verses. I don't ever have time to go through them all. Now, we're in chapter 12. Now, the Lord had said unto Abraham, his name changes to Abraham later on, get thee out of thy country. So he's a called out one. True Christians are the called out ones. They're called out of the world spiritually. They hear the voice of God, hear the voice of Jesus, either in his words or even in the bride of Christ. Someone who's the bride of Christ, born again themselves, giving birth to the children of Abraham, spiritually the children of God, by faith. These are the true seed of Abraham. Now, the Lord had said unto Abraham, there's his name changed later on, get thee out of thy country and from thy kindred, so a called out one. So he would have been the bride of Christ. And from thy father's house unto a land I will show thee. And I will make of thee a great nation. And I will bless thee and make thy name great. Why? Because he's obeying God. And thou shalt be a blessing. So he's called out by the voice of God. He's called out spiritually. He's now, in this same sense, a called out one. So the church really means called out one. It always was and always has been from the beginning. Abraham called out of the world, in other words. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee. And I will bless, this is another thing a lot of Christians believe, they have to bless the children of Israel. Jesus saying, if anyone gives even a glass of water to one of these children that believe in me, they'll be blessed. If anyone hurts one of these children that believe in me, then it would be better for him that a great millstone be wrapped round his neck and be cast into the depths of the sea. So promising Christians protection and blessings. Anyone who blesses a Christian will be blessed. Anyone who curses a Christian will be blessed. It's been the same right from the very beginning. Right from the very beginning, only, Jesus said, only this, right? But there's kind of a but. Only in the name of a disciple. So if someone sees a disciple of Jesus Christ and chooses, look, he's trying to preach the gospel, I'm going to help him. I'm going to help her. There's the bride of Christ, she needs a drink. I'm going to help her. Then gives that person a drink, then that person will be blessed. If anyone sees a Christian and chooses to hurt and bring down that Christian, then it'd be better for him than a millstone be wrapped around his neck. It's been the same right from the beginning, even with Abraham. I bless him that blesseth thee. It's no different. Only in the name of a disciple. What was Abraham doing? He was serving God. Only in the name of a disciple, Jesus said. It would be the same even for Abraham. Only in the name of a disciple. So someone goes out into the land of Israel and willfully kills, let's say, Palestinians in order to consume all of this on their lust. They lust after the land of Israel. They want the lands. They want to steal it from other people. And they consume all of this on their lust. And why should a Christian feel, by God even, that he has to bless the children of Israel purely because of what it says here? So, and I make thee a great nation, I bless thee and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. And I bless them that bless thee. This would be only the name of a disciple. And curse him that curseth thee. Again, if you're stopping him doing God's will in the name of a disciple, Abraham being a disciple of Jesus Christ, even in the Old Testament, though Jesus hadn't come yet, he also would have sacrificed a lamb believing in Jesus, and clearly he did. When God told him to sacrifice his own son, God then giving him a lamb in its place, that lamb symbolic of Jesus. What God was trying to show Abraham was, look, for God so loved the world. Abraham being God in this kind of play. You're God in this sense, Abraham saying, and I want you to sacrifice your own son. Greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. So in other words, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. Abraham obeyed God and even was willing to give his only begotten son. Is the only son he had, Isaac. God had promised Abraham all of these promises that would come through Isaac. So in the same sense, what God was doing is showing Abraham and that God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. So what did God tell Abraham to do? That lamb that over there that's got its horns trapped in those horns, that's the one I want you to sacrifice in place instead of sacrificing Isaac like your son. So in other words, that lamb symbolic of Jesus. Abraham clearly believed in Jesus sacrificing a lamb symbolic of the Son of God, the lamb that was to come, who would be crucified and give his life for the sins of mankind. This is what God was saying when he told Abraham to sacrifice his own son. Because for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believed in him should not perish but have everlasting life. The true seed. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee, and in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. So we're talking again the seed here, and I bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee, and in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. In other words, is one of his children of the lineage of Abraham. Through Abraham's lineage, through Abraham's seed, Abraham would have Isaac. In Isaac, it says, goes on to say, shall thy seed be called. Abraham was concerned as to who would be the heir to the throne. And God saying to him, in Isaac shall thy seed be called. In other words, the Messiah is going to come through the lineage of Isaac. Abraham, Isaac, and then Jacob, and then eventually the children of Israel, 12 tribes of the children of Israel. They'd all have children. Eventually, years would go by, hundreds of years would go by, and the Messiah would come, the true seed. So, and I bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee. In thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. In other words, Jesus would eventually come, and all families of the earth will be blessed through the seed of Abraham being Jesus. So in verse 7, the same chapter, let's have a look. Yeah, missed a verse there. So we're in Genesis chapter 12 again, and we're in verse 7. And the Lord appeared unto Abraham and said unto thy seed. Now here's the seed. Will I give this land? Now how are we going to read this? Are we going to read of the bloodline of the children of Abraham? Or are we reading the seed? The seed here is Jesus. depending upon how you read it, this is kind of